Ask What We Can Do for BVA by Tracy Farrow. Two photos accompany Tracy's article. The first of the two photos shows what looks like to be a room that is both long, lengthwise, but narrow in width. At the front of the room is a gentleman standing sideways in front of a big screen television and looking back at several padded chairs. The man is dressed in jeans and a t-shirt and is also wearing a mask. He is holding up for the photo a long black object he appears to be ready to attach to the bottom of the screen. The caption states, "Ingenuity, generosity, and a little persistence from the Louisiana-Mississippi Regional Group has resulted in a gift soon to be appreciated by dozens of blinded veterans at the Gulf Coast BRC in Biloxi." The second of two photos reveals an electric kitchen range, silver and black in color, and situated between a cupboard on one side and drawers on both sides. Some of the drawers are labeled in large print for storage bags, utensils, and cutting boards. On top of the cupboard to the left of the range is a microwave oven, and to the right a relatively small, oblong-shaped bowl. The caption reads, "Not to be outdone even by a big screen television, the new pantry and donated range will enhance the entertainment and educational experiences at the Biloxi BRC. Ask What We Can Do for BVA begins." At some point or another, each one of us has spoken to somebody about BVA. Often, it is to answer questions about who we are, what we do, how much it costs to join, or what BVA will do for that individual. These are all good, fair, and honest questions. However, if we don't remember that there is more to it than that, we will shoot ourselves in the foot. One of the overriding themes of BVA for me is the notion of volunteerism and enlisting one another's help. It is entirely acceptable to look for volunteers to help with our mission and then ask some of them for help. No two of us are in exactly the same situations. For example, some of us still have some vision, while others are totally blind. We have differences in age, experience, interests, and aptitudes. I'm not suggesting that we ask our World War II veterans to be in charge of an Independence Day regional group barbecue, although certainly there could still be some of them out there who could and would do it. For such an event, I would not ask them for anything but valuable wisdom. What I am suggesting, however, is that we step up and encourage those who are capable to lend a hand with what they can do. That might be to encourage them to sign up for an Operation Peer support trip or activity to build their confidence so that they can inspire others. Volunteering as a representative of BVA to promote the organization and its various causes is something that is needed everywhere. Sometimes just lending an ear is what is most needed. We have all been in the position of being told that we are going to lose our vision. Once having overcome that shock, it is our mission to let the newly blind know that it is acceptable and appropriate to sit back and let us row the boat while they learn how to go blind. At some point, they will have to be mentors to the next persons who climb aboard, but for now, we can do our part to be there for them. Although it may not be your thing, sometimes we need to step outside our comfort zones to help others. Can you volunteer your time at a VA Blind Rehabilitation Center, BRC, or Vision Impairment Services in Outpatient Rehabilitation, Visor Clinic? How about going in and giving your Visual Impairment Services team, VIST, coordinator a hand with mailings or talking to other veterans? Meeting new folks and building friendships with those who are in the boat with you surely makes the rowing easier. Try speaking at a library or other Veteran Service Organization meetings, such as local Veterans of Foreign Wars or American Legion. These are all things easier for some than for others that any of us can do to help grow the Blinded Veterans Association. At the same time, we let others know that they are not alone and that there are many services available to them. I have been asked if there is anything good about going blind. The answer is a resounding yes. No, I wouldn't choose to go blind, but I don't believe that any of us had that option. Given that, it is acceptable to say that there are things that we never would have done had we not gone blind. One of them would be joining BVA, although there are many sister organizations and supporters of the blind out there. We are also fortunate to be veterans. As such, we have perhaps been through additional hardships, be they in basic training or in actual combat. We are in the unique position to use our experience to persevere, while at the same time paving the way and making things a little easier for those who follow us in losing their sight. Although much of the country was shut down this past year, including our VA medical centers, the Louisiana-Mississippi Regional Group has been working on several programs. In past Bulletin issues, we have reported on our bronze Braille flag project with a goal to place one in every location that helps or works with veterans. Currently, we have donated 10 flags with many more on the way. We also work with the Gulf Coast Veterans Healthcare System, BRC, in Biloxi to provide feedback and encouragement for continuing some of the 18 virtual classes that were started during the pandemic. With simple emails and letters, justification was provided for the BRC leadership to gain 2 additional instructor slots for the virtual class. In order to provide for a more receptive training environment for group classes, the regional group worked with the BRC to determine if a big screen television could be installed so that inpatients, along with those at home, could integrate and benefit from these classes along with some often much-needed entertainment. We asked members within our catchment area if they could donate towards this project. Wow! Did they ever donate? Here is the result. We purchased and donated to the BRC in Biloxi a 65-inch OLED television along with a Bose soundbar. The TV is now installed in the Veterans Conference Room on the second floor where we hold our meetings. Now, when veterans come for training, they can watch their favorite movie, sports event, sitcom. With that, a huge thanks goes out to the entire Arkansas, Buddy Spivey, Razorback, and Louisiana-Mississippi regional groups. We also thank Mike Taylor, Kevin Jackson, Corrine Stanley, and Dale Title. If you ever meet or run into them, please don't forget their generosity. What if a veteran gets the munchies? We've also got that covered. In looking at how the world has changed, were we keeping up as best we could? Certainly, it's okay to learn how to do things safely, but if we could learn how to do the same thing on multiple different devices so that we could choose what works best for us, things might be just a little easier and healthier too. So, the BRC upgraded the training kitchen upstairs with a new pantry and electric range, complete with Wi-Fi capability. That was great, but as it was when we were kids, the kitchen closed at a certain time each day. With that in mind and inputs from the BRC and BVA members, the Louisiana-Mississippi Regional Group reached out to General Electric and asked for a donation of a range to be placed downstairs in our kitchen. Did they ever step up? We were offered a choice and decided on a Wi-Fi range with 5 burners, actually more than 5 if you consider that some have multiple rings. It also houses a full-size oven and, one of the healthiest devices yet, its own air fryer. All right, if neither the TV nor the range make a difference, the listening and camaraderie will certainly outclass everything else. So what does this mean for us blinded veterans? Imagine asking Alexa to preheat the air fryer so that you can make your favorite treat. Then go on up and watch reruns of Mississippi State winning the College Baseball World Series. When you finish and return to bed, you stop along the way and feel the bronze flag on which the Pledge of Allegiance is inscribed. As you walk down the hall with a big smile and pride in what BVA has done to make your stay more enjoyable, reflect upon what you can do for your BVA. There is no job description. If what comes to mind strikes you as something you feel may be good for BVA and are not sure, ask one of your regional group officers. What you do can be for your RG or for the entire BVA. Don't limit yourself. Contact headquarters or your district director. Call the BVA representative at a BRC. It's time to shift the paradigm from asking, what can that BVA out there do for us, back to asking simply, what can we do for our BVA?